What's up, guys? Today we're taking a digital trip to Bosnia and Herzegovina, a place that sounds like a Game of Thrones kingdom, but is very real and very European. Most Americans probably think Bosnia is a cheese, and Herzegovina is a sports car, but nope, it's a country with actual stuff to do. I did the hard work for you, put on my best investigative hat, okay, a backwards cap, and made a list of the top 5 things to do there. So buckle up your fanny packs for a cultural deep dive, well, more like a shallow paddle. Is it worth your next 10 minutes? Absolutely. You were just going to scroll TikTok anyway, so let's get into it. Let's go. Number 5, Stari Most, the old bridge in Mostar. At first glance it might just look like another picturesque stone arch spanning a turquoise river, but trust me, this is no ordinary crossing. This bridge is the beating heart of Mostar, a place where history, adrenaline, and a dash of Balkan absurdity all collide in the most unforgettable way. Yes, it's literally an old bridge, but here's the twist. Locals in Speedos stand on the edge, collecting cash from tourists before diving off. These guys are part daredevil, part street performer, and part local legend. They've turned the simple act of jumping into a full-blown spectacle, and they know exactly how to work the crowd. It's the most dramatic street performance you'll ever see. Think GoFundMe, but with a potential belly flop. The diver paces, stretches, and sometimes even negotiates with the crowd, milking every second of suspense. The longer you wait, the more coins get tossed into the hat. It's a high-stakes game of chicken, and everyone's in on it. The crowd gathers, phones out, waiting for the big splash. There's a buzz in the air, a mix of anticipation and nervous laughter. You can feel the tension build as the diver teeters on the edge, glancing down at the swirling river below. Every tourist is suddenly a sports commentator, speculating on the diver's technique and odds of survival. You're part of the suspense, wondering if your €5 will speed things up. Maybe you toss in a coin, maybe you egg the diver on with a cheer. Either way, you're invested now. The diver's fate is in your hands, or at least in your wallet. But Stari Most is more than just a stage for daredevils. The bridge itself is a symbol of resilience. Built in the 16th century by the Ottomans, it stood for over 400 years before being destroyed during the Bosnian War in the 1990s. Its destruction was a tragedy, but the people of Mostar rebuilt it stone by stone, and today it stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a testament to the city's enduring spirit and hope for peace. But let's be real, you're here for the jump, the drama, and the TikTok potential. The bridge is a magnet for influencers, thrill seekers, and anyone looking to capture that perfect slow-motion shot. It's a place where history meets hashtag, and everyone wants a piece of the action. The jumper milks the moment, flexes, and finally leaps. 2 seconds of glory, a huge splash, and the crowd erupts in cheers. For a brief moment, everyone is united in awe, relief, and maybe a little envy. The diver surfaces, triumphant, and the applause echoes off the ancient stones. Then, as if on cue, another guy steps up, and the cycle repeats. It's a never-ending loop of anticipation and adrenaline, a living tradition that keeps the spirit of Mostar alive. Each jumper brings their own flair, their own style, and the crowd never gets tired of watching. It's a bizarre, beautiful, and totally unique experience. Where else can you witness centuries of history, local pride, and a splash of showmanship all in one place? The bridge isn't just a crossing, it's a gathering point, a stage, and a symbol of everything that makes Mostar unforgettable. You came for a bridge, but stayed for the live-action suspense and social media clout. You'll leave with a camera roll full of epic jumps, a newfound respect for local daredevils, and maybe a story or two to tell your friends back home. Is it just a bridge? Technically yes, but it's also a stage for the world's weirdest show, a place where history and hilarity collide, and where every jump is a celebration of survival and spectacle. Stari Most, you're number 5 for being both historic and hilariously absurd. Salute to you, Mostar. You've turned a simple stone arch into a global phenomenon, and for that, we thank you. On to the next one. If you thought a bridge couldn't be the highlight of your trip, think again. Mostar's old bridge proves that sometimes the best stories are found in the most unexpected places. Number 4. Sarajevo's Baskarcia, the old bazaar. Imagine a flea market, grandma's attic, and Etsy all mashed together on winding cobblestone streets. You'll buy copper coffee sets you'll never use, get sweet-talked into a rug you don't need, and haggle over pens made from bullet casings. The smells are wild. Coffee, grilled meat, hookah smoke, an olfactory roller coaster. Getting lost is guaranteed. Google Maps just shrugs. Embrace the chaos. People watching as top-tier locals, tourists, backpackers, all mingling in a living tapestry. you'll leave with bags of stuff you'll question later. Fezzes, slippers, magnets. But in the moment, it all makes sense. You're caught up in the magic and history. My advice, lean in, buy the weird slippers, haggle for a plate, get lost. Vascarcia is where the past feels alive and your credit card gets a workout. It's a must-do, even if you come home with buyer's remorse. It's character building, trust me. Sarajevo's Bazaar, number 4, locked in. Next stop, nature. Number 3, Sutjeska National Park. If you've ever dreamed of escaping the daily grind and channeling your inner survivalist, this is the place to do it. Imagine swapping the constant buzz of city life for the raw, untamed beauty of one of Europe's oldest national parks. Sutjeska is where you can finally put all those hours of watching Bear Grylls to the test, minus the eating bugs part, unless you're feeling extra adventurous. Time to trade city chaos for nature and pretend you're Bear Grylls. Lace up your boots, hoist that backpack, and step into a world where your biggest worry is whether you packed enough snacks, not your unread emails. The forest swallows you up, and suddenly you're not just a tourist, you're an explorer ready to conquer the wild. This place has ancient forests, epic mountains, and hiking trails for every skill level, from dog walker to mountain goat. Whether you're a casual stroller or a hardcore trekker, there's a path here with your name on it. The trees here have seen centuries pass, and the air is thick with the kind of silence you only find far from civilization. You'll see fit Europeans breeze by while you question your life choices after a slight incline. It's humbling, really. One minute you're feeling like a wilderness pro, the next you're gasping for air as a group of retirees power walk past you, barely breaking a sweat. But hey, it's all part of the adventure. The Battle of Sutjeska Memorial is here too, a massive sci-fi looking monument in the middle of pristine wilderness. It's a surreal sight, concrete geometry rising from the forest floor, a reminder of the park's dramatic history. Take a moment to soak it in, and maybe snap a photo or two for your deep and thoughtful Instagram post. You'll try to go off-grid, but let's be honest, you'll be searching for a signal to post hash into the wild. Wildlife? Maybe a squirrel? Or if you're lucky, you'll spot a deer darting through the trees. But mostly, it's you, your phone, and the eternal struggle between wanting to disconnect and needing to share every moment online. But the idea of bears keeps things spicy. Every rustle in the underbrush becomes a potential bear encounter, and suddenly you're hyper-aware of every sound. It adds a little thrill to your hike, just enough to keep you on your toes but not enough to make you turn back. The landscape is stunning, glacial lakes, dense woods, and Maglik, the country's highest peak. The views here are the kind that make you stop in your tracks and just stare, mouth open, camera forgotten. The water in the lakes is so clear it looks unreal, and the mountains rise up like something out of a fantasy novel. Most of us will settle for a short hike and a killer view, then sit on a rock feeling like a rugged explorer, 20 minutes from the parking lot. You'll pose for a triumphant photo, pretending you just crossed the entire park when really, you're already thinking about lunch. But in that moment, you're Bear Grylls, and no one can tell you otherwise. The air is so fresh it hurts. Seriously, you'll wonder if you've ever actually breathed before. Every inhale feels like a reset button for your brain, and you'll find yourself just standing there, taking it all in, feeling more alive than you have in ages. You'll fantasize about becoming a hermit, until you remember hermits don't get Uber Eats. The idea of living off the grid is tempting, especially when you're surrounded by so much peace and beauty. But then reality hits, and you realize you're not quite ready to give up hot coffee and takeout just yet. Pack comfy shoes, fake your way through a trail map, and get your nature fix. Don't worry if you get a little lost. Half the fun is in the wandering, and if all else fails, just follow the sound of other hikers, and you'll eventually find your way back. Sutjeska, disconnect, reflect, and flex for the gram. Onward! Whether you're here for the adventure, the history, or just the bragging rights, this park delivers. So snap that selfie, soak up the views, and get ready for your next wild story. Number 2, Kravis Waterfalls, the Instagram superstar of Bosnia. If you've ever scrolled through travel feeds and wondered where that impossibly lush, cascading paradise is, chances are you've seen Kravis. It's the kind of place that makes you want to book a flight immediately, just to see if it's as magical in real life as it looks on your screen. Picture a series of waterfalls, each one tumbling gracefully into an emerald lake below. So perfect, so vibrant, it almost seems unreal. The water glows a shade of turquoise you'd swear was photoshopped, and the lush greenery all around makes it feel like you've stumbled into a hidden jungle oasis. It's the kind of scene that makes you question if you're still in Europe or if you've somehow teleported to a tropical paradise. The main activity here? Braving the water. It's shockingly cold, so cold in fact that the first toe dip is a rite of passage. You'll see people standing at the edge, psyching themselves up and then finally plunging in, only to resurface gasping and laughing. It's a test of courage. But let's be honest, you're doing it for the photo, because nothing says adventure like a shot of you mid-splash surrounded by waterfalls. The locals and seasoned Europeans, they dive in headfirst, barely flinching. Meanwhile, you're inching in, teeth chattering, trying to look cool for the camera. But hey, that's all part of the experience. Living my best life, right? The cold is invigorating, and once you're in, you almost forget how freezing it is. Almost. And when you've had enough of the icy water, there's no need to worry. Right by the shore, you'll find cozy cafes and open-air grills where you can warm up with a plate of grilled meat or a hot coffee. It's the perfect way to recover. One minute you're shivering, the next you're basking in the sun, enjoying local flavors with the sound of waterfalls in the background. For the more adventurous, you can rent a canoe or kayak and paddle right up to the base of the falls. It's a unique perspective, and you'll find yourself dodging other Instagrammers, all trying to get that perfect shot. The closer you get, the more you feel the spray on your face and the power of the water all around you. The roar of the water is both exhilarating and peaceful at the same time. It's nature's white noise, drowning out the chatter and letting you lose yourself in the moment. Stand close enough, and you'll feel the mist on your skin, a refreshing reminder of just how alive this place is. In the summer, Kravis transforms into a natural water park. The crowds arrive early, towels and picnic baskets in hand, ready to claim a spot on the rocks or the grassy banks. It's lively, it's energetic, and you'll find yourself surrounded by hundreds of new friends, all soaking up the sun and the scenery. If you're searching for solitude, you might want to look elsewhere. Kravis is no secret, and its popularity means you'll be sharing the view with plenty of fellow travelers. But that's part of the charm, the shared excitement, the laughter, the collective awe as everyone tries to capture the perfect memory. If your goal is to create killer content, this is your spot. Every angle is photogenic, every backdrop is stunning. You'll see influencers striking poses, families snapping group shots, and solo travelers setting up tripods for that all-important selfie. By the end of your visit, your phone will be bursting with photos, wide shots, close-ups, action shots, and candid moments. But no matter how many pictures you take, nothing quite compares to standing there in person, feeling the energy of the falls and the buzz of the crowd. Is it a tourist trap? Maybe just a little. There are souvenir stands, ticket booths, and plenty of reminders that you're not the first to discover this place. But sometimes the hype is justified. Is it worth it? Absolutely. The joy on people's faces, the sense of wonder, and the sheer beauty of the falls make it an experience you won't forget. It's a place that lives up to the photos. And then some. Kravis is nature showing off, putting on a display that feels almost theatrical. When the sunlight hits just right and a rainbow appears in the mist, you realize you're witnessing something truly special. It's a reminder of how incredible our world can be. So snap that final pic, soak in the view one last time, and let's move on, because the adventure isn't over yet. Number 1, the real reason you came to Bosnia: eat cevapai. Forget the sights, forget the history, this is the main event. Cevapai are little grilled sausages served in fluffy soman bread with raw onions and sometimes kajmak cheese. No fancy toppings, just pure, meaty perfection. This isn't just food, it's a national obsession. People have fierce loyalty to their favorite cevapai spots. Order 5 or 10, get 10, trust me, and watch them disappear in a blissful meat-induced trance. You'll look at hot dogs differently forever. The best places are packed with locals, no frills, just fast service and incredible food. It's cheap, filling, and unites everyone from students to grandmas. Afterward, you'll need a strong Bosnian coffee and a moment to recover from the cevapi sweats. This is the most authentic Bosnian experience you can have. Book the flight for the cevapi, everything else is just a bonus. Eat, repeat, and thank me later. Bosnia's #1 cevapai. Let's wrap it up. And there you have it, the top 5 things to do in Bosnia and Herzegovina, served with a side of sarcasm and real travel tips. We watched bridge divers, bought questionable souvenirs, faked being outdoorsy, chased waterfalls, and achieved meat nirvana. You're now basically a Balkan expert. Drop Baskarcia at your next dinner party and watch heads turn. Smash that like button, subscribe for more adventures, and comment if you can spell Herzegovina without cheating. Seriously, this place is a hidden gem. Book your flight before everyone else does. Be the travel trendsetter you were meant to be. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.